that night. He showed up after I had been waiting there for about 5 minutes. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene. There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. Okay. So that means that money didn't show up until after you saw Max. That's right. Money ran up less than a minute after I saw Max. Then Money snatched the ring and you went chasing after him. How long was it until you came back to where you were waiting? Well, let's see, I'd say about... Suppose 5 minutes, I think. So the victim could have arrived on the scene in that 5-minute stretch. Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination. You got it. Bum 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 bum. Right, so witnessing Max. There we are. So you were only concerned with waiting for Regina that night. That means you probably wouldn't have noticed if someone else showed up. You should think about how many eyes I actually have. I've got 4, you know. 4. 4, counting Ben, of course. With that many eyes, do you really think something would have slipped by me? 4 eyes is an awful lot of attention directed at one area, I suppose. Yikes, the judge is even more dangerous to our case than Trilo. Okay. So you saw Max coming out of the big top that night. Of course that's where I saw him coming from. I was staring at the entrance to the tent the entire time. I guess that makes sense, especially since he was waiting for Regina. Okay. About what time would you say these events took place? No, whoops. You're one of the dumbest people on the planet if you can't figure it out by yourself. You already know that practice finished promptly at 10 PM. You already know that I went to the lodging house right after practice. You don't need to be a brain surgeon to know around what time it was when I saw him. Just had 10 more minutes. I'm sure you can do that. Now what time was it? Indeed, what time was it? What time was it? Let me think about that for a second. Oh dear. I'm no good at math. It was 10:10 PM. Ah yes, that sounds about right. Sounds about right because that's the time that I saw Max on the scene. Oh my god. The dialogue's the best. He didn't even acknowledge my presence. So you testified that you said good evening to Max that night. You must enjoy asking incredibly obvious questions. You say good morning in the morning and good afternoon during the day, right? And it's obviously that I'd say good night to someone at night. What, Ben? You got something to add? Let me guess. That's not it, Trilo. You say good evening at night. I'm sorry, Trilo. Oh my god. Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you kept your ventriloquist's act outside of the courtroom. Impossible, a performer lives and breathes his performances. You should know better. Gotta be something wrong with this bit of testimony. Ben's half of the comedy act. Not really. I don't... If only I could go back and see what he had already said. Screw it. The greeting, I guess. Oh, hang on. Why would he be nice if it was Max? Isn't that a bit strange to you? Is that what I'll point out? What do you mean? Well, if you hate Max so much, why would you bother being nice to him? It strikes me as somewhat strange. Why would it strike you as strange? Exactly, how is it strange to be cordial to one of your co-workers? Well, if it was simply just being cordial to a co-worker, I could understand. Or I would understand. That hurt. Maybe you should think of having some proof before your lips start flapping next time. Proof is everything in this world. You should have learned that back in grade school. There's no reason that Trilo would ever say something nice to Max. But how do I go about proving that with evidence? Bluffing is everything in this world, but I'm sure you already learned that one. I guess I can give it a shot. The witness will resume his testimony. Alright. Alright. You are 100% absolutely sure of what you just said. I told you already. Jeez, I am 100% absolutely sure. There's no way that he could be any more confident than that, right? That was short and sweet. What 3 ridiculous symbols? Oh my god. Those 3 ridiculous symbols, huh? Out of curiosity, exactly how many times have you asked that question by now? If you're gonna ask again, I'll answer with a chorus. Everyone, together now! Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Oh my god, that's great. Thank you very much. Maya, you didn't have to join in, did you? But it's fun shouting out with everyone else. There has to be a hole in his testimony somewhere. I agree, but do we have the proof to make something stick? All we can do is try, right, Nick? We've gotta have something that will prove useful. Alright, time to go to work. The only thing I can think is the... Oh, balls. Good evening, there we go. So, he had no reason to be nice to Max because of this. An orange juice bottle that was found broken on the cafeteria floor. Ba-boom! Trilo, is it not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder? A fight? A fight over Regina, to be exact. It wasn't that big of a deal. It was just an argument, a disagreement at most. A disagreement usually doesn't end with something getting clonked over the head. That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he? What? Is that an admission of assault and battery? Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first. Truth is that on the day of the crime, the defendant and witness had a huge fight. There's absolutely no way they would have suddenly become cordial that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on stand. There is no way a puppet this lewd would just up and say, "Good evening," to his rival. Are you saying this witness is lying? That he is trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the crime scene? I didn't tell a single lie, honestly, I just... That's enough from you, Mr. Quist. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Let's clarify this testimony for the court. Could you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night? He saw a different person. It is my belief that the witness did indeed see someone that night. It was just someone else. That's who he said good evening to. What kind of theory is that? The correct one. Furthermore, I don't believe the person the witness saw was Max at all. What? If he had truly met Max that night, there would have been no greeting at all, which means there is only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Galactica. That is why Trilo made the effort to greet whoever it was that he saw that evening. Or good evening, as he put it. What in the world? You... Will the defense kindly explain who it was Trilo saw that evening then? You got it. It was Russell Berry. Considering the ill temper of this witness, there is only one person he would greet. It must be Regina. It's Regina, right? She's so cute. No, Your Honor, it is not Regina. If it was Regina, Trilo would have given her the engagement ring as a present. Oh, yeah, I suppose you've got a point there. It was Russell Berry, the victim himself, was it not? Indeed. You are correct, it was indeed Russell Berry. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster, Russell Berry. That's why you greeted him, Trilo. Isn't that correct? Answer the question, Mr. Quest. Ah. I just love the animation so much. Order, order! How do you respond to this? But wait a second. Well, at first I thought it was the old man. But once I got a better look at him, it was obviously Maximilian Galactica. Yeah, I'm not so sure. I think it is high time that we clear the air about this question. Bum 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 bum. Mr. Quist obviously witnessed a single person in the area of the plaza that evening. The problem is identifying exactly who that person was. Was it Maximilian Galactica? Or was it the ringmaster, one Mr. Russell Berry? The prosecution argues that it was the defendant that the witness saw that night. The witness has clearly stated that he saw the defendant's 3 symbols. 3 symbols? Oh my god, no. Alright, this is getting old. Come on, man, you've got to remember them by now. Here we go again. Everyone, all together now. Oh dear. Yes, yes, we know. The silk hat, cloak, and white roses. A silk hat and a cloak. Anyone could wear them. They'd even look good on me. What was that? Well, the witness has endlessly repeated that he saw Max's 3 symbols. However, how do we really know it was Maximilian Galactica? It could have been someone else dressed up as him. Possibly even Russell Berry. What? Yeah. Ms. von Karma. Do you have clear evidence that the person the witness saw was the defendant? Well, I don't. If that's the case, then it is impossible for me to make a judgment at this point. Yes! I think we finally won a point in this one. That is very unfortunate. Huh? You're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What do you mean by that? You merely established one thing from the witness, or this witness. You established that the witness saw one person in the plaza that night. I applaud you on your effort, but... who that person was can only be answered by the next witness. Huh? Oh! Your Honour, the prosecution will provide, beyond a shadow of a doubt, an answer to that question, and evidence that clearly establishes one thing. There is no one other than Maximilian Galactica responsible for this crime. Ah, damn. Very well. The court will take a 10-minute recess. During that time, I request the prosecution prepare their next witness. Court is now in recess. Kaboom! Ah, to be continued. Really? Alright. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah! So that's the end of that, I suppose. So... okay. Sweetie, you have to believe me, I didn't go anywhere near that crime scene. So then where were you when the murder took place? We talked about it yesterday, remember? I was in the ringmaster's room. And while you were there, it was the ringmaster who left the room, right? Exactly, he told me to wait in the room because he would be right back. That's when the ringmaster headed up to the scene of the crime, right? That's what it seems like. But the ringmaster must have been wearing Max's costume, right? Oh, sweetie, I just remembered. I went straight to the ringmaster's room, still dressed in my stage clothes. But when I got there, I went ahead and took the costume off. Which means... it means that the ringmaster could have taken his costume and went out looking like Max. That's already established, considering if you look at the picture of Max and Russell. Like, on the stand, like coat stand, is his hat and his coat. Okay, more so. Fabulous. That's a fabulously possible possibility. Well done, Nick. However, sweetie, why would the ringmaster want to dress up like me? Isn't that a bit strange? If you think about it, all they found at the crime scene was my silk hat. What about my cloak? Where did that go? Double, Oh, Max, I never thought of that. You should be a detective or something. Well, I was never quite sure what to be when I grew up, magician or president. You have no idea how hard it was to make a decision. It's really cool. Fabulous. This mystery just keeps getting deeper. Right, so we're back in court. Trial 2. Alright. Now that everyone is back, let's get started. The court is now back in session. Ms. von Karma, please proceed with the prosecution's case. Very well. I will now call up my next witness. A pitiful clown with the unfortunate distinction of having seen the entire thing. Will Mr. Laurent Curls please take the stand? Why did she just call him a pitiful clown? Is he just going to be cracking up jokes? The witness will state his name and occupation for the court record. Oh dear. Name and occupation. Will the witness please inform the court why he is speaking? Oh, autobiographical gibberish. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just not used to being in court. I've never been in a courtroom in my life. I wasn't quite sure what joke was best suited to this sort of occasion. What in the world are you talking about? You're in a grand hall of justice, not some comedy club. Since it's easy to see your occupation, please state your name for the court. Oh yeah, maybe this joke is okay. Oh my god. Well, do I have to wear pants? The sign only says, no shirt, no shoes, no service. Oh my god. Von Karma whip, please. Oh no. Okay, how about this? Have you met my proctologist, Dr. Seymour Butts? Oh my god. How was that one? Thank you, but a couple of clowns... Okay. Your name. Lawrence Kells, professional funny man, also known as Murder Clown. You witnessed the scene at around 10:15 PM the day of the murder. Correct? Yes. Yes, it is. Very well, Mr. Kells, will you please testify to what you saw that evening? A rabbi, a priest, and a Rastafarian walk into this... Without the humour, please. Okay. Aw, poor Mo can't be his normal stoogey self in court. Good. Less shitty jokes, please. Right, so what you witnessed. I know, I'm the greatest comedian in the world. I haven't been able to make people laugh for 10 years. No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and polite applause. Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken to laughing at them myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. Imagine my predicament. I'm a clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless. But I keep trying. I even tried to come up with a joke just for today. But this atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try making everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone, what do you think of me? How am I doing? Wait, that was his testimony? Wait, what? Aren't we the ones supposed to be asking the questions here? Witness. Huh? We will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. Thus, please stick with the facts of this case. Really? You'll really hear me out? Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be your straight man later. Thank you. I can't wait. That's probably Gumshoe. Ah, poor Gumshoe. Oh no! Right, now that that's settled, shall we begin once again with the testimony? Of course we can. I'll talk for as long as you want. Great. What you witnessed. The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You'll have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. So, that's very interesting. If this eyewitness account is to be believed, I have enough to pass judgment right now. Great. Of course you can. There is no way that this account could be criticised. However, the witness is a bit, how do you say, off-kilter. Almost like he has some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him. That must be because of my insincere smile. Mr. Wright, please begin the defence's cross-examination. Yes, Your Honour. Nick, you've got to find some kind of contradiction in his testimony. I know that. Mr. Wright, Your Honour. I'm afraid that if you push this witness too far, it would bring disaster upon the court. Thus, I sincerely hope you are not going to engage in pointless saber-rattling. I understand, Your Honour. If you cause this clown to stray from the facts, I'll hold you responsible. Why am I responsible? I'm not the one with the corny jokes. Oh, so I have to be careful with what I press. Oh, great. So, what you witnessed... So there's that. Straight to sleep. Right, okay, so some of the ones are actually... Oh, right, okay, it's actually quite obvious. Because that one doesn't really have anything useful inside of it. This one just tells how tired he was. So this one I can press. It just happened to glance out of the window. You could say that. You could also say I peeped, stared, glimpsed, peeped, eyeballed. Mr. Curls. Oh. I guess synonyms aren't allowed either. What should I do? I wonder if I should press him further on this issue. Oh god, let it rest or keep pushing. Ugh. I don't know. Shit. Keep pressing, sod it. Exactly why did you look out of your window that night? Why? Why? Clowns don't need a reason to look out of their windows, do they? That's not what I meant. I meant that, well, when we spoke yesterday. Once I took myself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like this giant thump. Aha! Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You forgot? Your Honor, the witness looked out of his window upon hearing a loud sound. He did not just simply glance out of his window that night. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention that thump, didn't I? That's not something you just forget to mention. Yeah, what she said. I believe it would be best if Mo were to revise his testimony. Very well, Mr. Curls, please revise your testimony. You should start turning the tables in our favour. No, there. What was the sound like? Well, I guess it kind of sounded like, I guess you could say, Mr. Curls, may the court remind you that humour is unnecessary. How'd you know that I was going to make a joke? I guess that the sound sounded like I suppose it sounded like someone getting hit with something very hard. Yep, that's what it sounded like, honestly. Someone getting hit... Huh? What then? You went to look out the window and you saw... Oh, right. I saw two silhouettes. They're a bit far away, though. It was the ringmaster... and Max... Oi, oi, oi. You say you saw the ringmaster get clunked over the head? Yes, I did. It's the climax of my story. He really does enjoy the completely random non sequitur. What would you say the victim was struck with? You mean weapon? I have no idea. A weapon wasn't found at the murder scene, right? No, you did say you saw the entire thing, didn't you? Well, yeah, I suppose I did. Wait, no I didn't. I didn't see a weapon. Mo, did you or did you not see the crime of murder committed that night? I will not permit you to harass my witness in this manner. You'd better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown. Because if you don't, you know what is waiting for you. Oh my, a huge fucking penalty. Wasn't that a bit melodramatic? So what will it be then, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have any clear basis to believe that my witness did not see the crime? Of course I do! I've got a great reason to make my claim. And I suppose you'll be telling us all that great reason? Of course I will. The reason is... the witness's very own testimony. What is the meaning of that, Mr. Wright? Mo said that he heard a sound like a thump of someone getting hit hard. Or someone getting hit even. He did say that. However, Mo just stated that the following under oath. I kept watching then and all of a sudden, Max clunked the ringmaster over the head. If Mo is to be believed, when he says he looked out the window upon hearing a sound, there is no way that he could have seen Max clunk anyone. In 1972, okay. Mr. Curls, how do you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment? They didn't commit. These clowns promptly escaped from a maximum security clown car. Mr. Curls, are you reciting the C-Team theme to anger this court? No, I'm just stalling for time while I jog my memory. Great job, Nick. These types of witnesses always seem to have a selective memory. You just have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup to find the truth. Well, you're back from your jog. Well, it pretty much happened the way I said. Pretty much. When I looked out my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. The prosecution helped me fill in the gaps of my statement. Von Karma! Tampering with witnesses again! Yeah, of course she's got nothing to say about it. So now you were saying that you did not see the defendant clonk the ringmaster? Yes. When I looked out my window, the ringmaster had already checked out. Checked out? Yep. He was on permanent vacation, as they say. Wow. Making a joke about death. Mr. Curls. Your Honor. You did not witness the actual crime, however you still say you saw the criminal, correct? Yes, exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over and I saw someone's silhouette next to him. Very well, then please testify to the silhouette you saw. I expect the truth. If I even catch a hint of a joke from you, I will put you in a holding cell until you learn court etiquette. Got it? Got it. Yay! Good. The silhouette. It was a bit far away, but that shadow could only have belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black cloak. They were all there. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt that it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. Okay. It does seem as if the defendant was at the scene of the crime. Oh! Ay. You took your time realizing that, didn't you? Whatever, that should be enough, right? Yeah. It is decisive testimony, not a decisive testimony. Was Max really at the crime scene that night? He said he wasn't there. We have to keep believing that. Alright, Mr. Wright, commence your cross-examination. Is it going to be the same deal? I guess so. Not doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, he doesn't have a black cloak. Emblazoned with Max's 3 famous symbols, and also the fact he didn't mention white roses. Man, what the hell? You say you saw all of Max's uppity symbols? I suppose so. The silk hat and the cloak, right? Mo. Everyone knows that Maximilian Galactica has 3 uppity symbols. 3 symbols? Yay! Everyone get ready! All together now! Silk hat, cloak, white roses! What the? Who cares if you knew that there were 3 or not? He saw what he saw, and he saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention 1. Isn't that right, Mo? What the fuck? That was pie. That was weird. Silence, fool. You are to respond with the whole truth, no fractions. What the fuck? Order, order. Oh yeah, I like this music. Mo, you didn't see the roses, did you? To be honest, there wasn't any roses on the person I saw. The crime scene was dark. It's obvious it was too dark to see that kind of detail. But the witness said that he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention that the roses are white. There's no way he could have missed them. Then the roses must have fallen off when the defendant assaulted the victim. If that was the case, then the police would have found them near the crime scene. Oh! Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material to the facts of this case? Clearly not. He is just toying with this cart. I got her on the ropes now. Whenever there's a nugget of truth, it always seems to peek out at me and then run away. Someone is toying with the cart, but it is not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trilo's testimony? There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high? How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby 3-piece getup? Trilo saw them all. Trilo saw all 3 of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims there were no white roses on the person he saw. There is absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction. Oh! Oh my. Now what am I supposed to think? One is supposed to disregard the pointless, but this... Judge, forget the roses. Think about his other testimony. The witness has stated without a doubt that he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap this case. I'll wrap this case up now. Your Honor, it may be trivial, but there should still be doubt lingering in your mind. Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. It seems that unlike wine, the witness has not grown more mature with age. I'm not mature. Oh, poor guy. I've come to a conclusion. I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable, which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony. What? If there are no more contradictions in his next statement, I am prepared to issue a ruling. A ruling? Nick, this is your last chance. Okay. Another testimony, I guess. Hot damn. Diddle-oo, diddle-oo. Okay, so there it is. Part 2. There's no doubt in my mind, there were no white roses that night. However, all the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. Especially the silk hat, there is no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time he was on the scene. Okay. Mr. Wright, you've got one last chance at this. Just one chance. I will not allow even the slightest hint of badgering against his witness. If you are going to prove to me there's a contradiction with Mr. Curl's statement, you'd better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations. I've only got a single shot at this. I've got to be careful. I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all I will need. Okay. However, all of the other symbols were there, I'm equally sure of that. So that's what he's on about the silk hat. If he was wearing it the entire time, then it wouldn't have been found at the crime scene. Right? This wouldn't happen to be the silk hat you saw that night, would it? Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night. No question in your mind?